before we get to our Meta Monday video this week, I want to bring up a couple things. One, we're going to be switching to a new upload schedule for our TCG content. I'm not 100% sure if we'll be starting it this week or next week, etc. Once I find out for sure, I'll leave the info in the description or maybe put an annotation up here somewhere. So it might not be there when you watch this, but when I do figure out for sure, which hopefully will be by the time this video goes up, there will be info most likely in the description. But we're probably going to switch it to where instead of each of us doing uploads, like 2 of us doing an upload a week, you know, and each of us doing a deck profile every 2 weeks, it turns out to be, you know, where it would be a deck profile and then 2 games with it. We are going to switch it up to where one of us takes a whole week of videos. Like Tuesday, say for example, I'll do a deck profile, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I do games with the deck. And then next week, another member will take a deck profile, do 3 games with it. That way each of us covers a deck each week, and then we alternate which one covers a deck each week. And the way we want to, and the reason why we want to do it is because, I don't want us to bring you just a deck list and then say, oh, it probably plays this because of this. I want to be able to say it actually does play this because of this. I want us to know about the deck before we bring it to y'all. That way we can pass on what we know about it, and that way those watching it who probably don't know much about the deck learn something. I don't want it to just be like us guessing the whole time. So that's why we want to slow down a little bit. And yeah, that's pretty much it, just to make sure we know more about the deck before we bring it to y'all. We've kind of run out of the decks that we know by heart, and we're branching out into new decks that we probably wouldn't have even touched unless we started doing this channel, because, you know, they're just not completely competitive. They're more of like fun decks, and you know, we like the fun decks actually now that we try it out, and we figured it'd be more fun to y'all to watch. But we don't want to just pick up something and be like, oh, I don't know how to play this, but here's a list for y'all anyways. So that was the first thing. Another thing is, one of our members, Trevor, for the next 2-3 weeks, you probably won't be seeing him that much. He's getting a little bit swamped due to school, 2 jobs, his own YouTube channel, etc. We're completely fine with that. I understand. So for the next 2 or 3 weeks, it's just going to be me and Shane. Trevor will be back, however. At least I hope he'll be back. I imagine he will be back, but it's just going to be a while. We want to let him get you know, stabilized in his thing. He'll be graduating soon, you know, good for him, but he needs to focus on that, and I completely understand that. So for the next couple weeks, it's just going to be me and Shane. As I said, Trevor will be back. It'll be all 3 of us again. It's just going to be a little bit. So I've taken up enough time. Let's go to the Meta Monday.
How's it going, guys? Rowlett here from the JollyMonz channel, and today's episode of Meta Monday is the League Cup edition for our local League Cup. And yeah, guys, I played Vileplume and carried this around with me all day
like a weirdo.
As a tilting inducer.
I don't think it tilted anyone.
Well, I topped, so screw you. It worked.
Do you think it might just be the deck?
I mean, with that meta, no. But anyway, so this week was our League Cup here in Pensacola, hosted at TBS Comics. We showed up early as usual. We usually try to show up whenever the store's open, just to sit down, relax, get ready. Yeah. I think we got there pretty early, and we dipped out to Walmart for a little bit.
How many people were there? Did we ever check that?
I have it on my phone. Give me 1 second.
Oh, God.
I have it like readily available. I believe it was 19 masters anyway. 18 masters. 18.
Okay.
So we did hit 5 rounds.
Yeah, got to top 4 though, which was
maybe it was 18 including seniors. Look, I don't know. Anyway, all I know is it was 5 rounds, cut to top 4, which is really weird. It was best of 1. I hate best of 1.
I didn't like the way they did it, especially since it was best of 1. I wish it would have just cut to top 8.
Yeah.
I thought it was if there's more than 16 people, you cut the top 8.
I think the issue is
The time.
I think there was like 3 or 4 seniors, which made things really weird.
Oh.
Because remember, last time we had 17, but it was cut to top 4 because one was a senior. I don't know, man. The way they do this one's weird. The one in Mobile was definitely better. Not to say this one was bad. It wasn't bad. I've been to worse.
I didn't win. It was bad.
Well, you should get good. But the one in Mobile was definitely better. I think they were more prepared. Now, keep in mind, this League Cup was started at this store last minute due to the original host store closing down. So this was kind of a last-ditch minute, throw it together, get it going so we don't lose it type of thing.
Yeah, they had to quickly find a whole new store to judge it at.
Right. So, things happen. It is what it is.
It could have been worse.
At the end of the day, you still get championship points. You know.
If you do get that is.
I mean, get good.
You're not wrong.
But yeah, so I played Decidueye Vileplume, and I opted to play 2 Jolteon because I definitely expected a whole lot of Turbo Dark and Volcanion. And
there was a whole lot of
spoiler
Volcanion.
alert, I made a very good meta call. Not that it did me a whole lot of good, but I'm 100% confident that I made the proper deck choice and the proper tech choices. 100% content with that. So
I played Turbo Dark because it's like the only top tier deck I know how to play.
Get good. That's just gonna be the motto of this video. Get good. You could play dragons.
I could have.
I don't think it would have done you any good in this meta.
No. I still always expect there to be Plume in a...
Fun fact, I was the only Vileplume in the whole tournament.
Yeah. Like, anything higher than a locals, I always expect some number of Vileplume. But there just wasn't any today. Like, It was really weird.
Like, the only competitive people that really showed up outside from our local scene was a small group from Crestview.
And they're mostly in Volcanion.
For the most part, 2 of them played Volcanion, 1 played Passimian, and 1 played Vespiquen.
Yeah. I actually played against the Vespiquen guy.
I played 3 of the 4 of them. I played one of the Volcanions, I played the Vespiquen, and I played the Monkeys.
Alright.
So, yeah.
So, guess we're going to break down what we played against?
Yeah. So, round 1 starts. CJ, you're way back at what? You started table 8?
Yeah.
God, you can't even get RNG, like, in your favor, man.
But, my first game, I had to bring in my notes on my computer because I forgot to take notes during the thing.
Yeah, he's a scrub.
Look, it was best of 1, 5 rounds. I figured I would have memorized it enough, but I jotted it down just in case. Right. I played against Vespiquen. And of course, remember, this is all best of 1, not 2 out of 3.
Were you playing the one from Crestview?
I believe so.
Did he have long hair?
I don't remember.
Kind of looked like a hippie.
I don't remember.
No, that was Monkeys. Big fat guy. Light blue. I think he was wearing a light blue t-shirt, almost just like mine, but he was wearing a polo. Glasses.
I think so.
Cool, I played him too. I avenged you, don't worry.
I beat him though.
Oh, never mind, I didn't avenge you.
Okay, to my game, he had the very unfortunate started Klefki, and then for the first 2 or 3 turns,
Klefki OP
just had nothing. Like, he went first and just drew pass.
Like, I've playtested a lot of Vespiquen the last week. Well, as much as I can with work, but
yeah.
I don't know, man. I just don't see it. Like, I had high hopes for it. I just don't see it.
Well, he got no draw supporters, got nothing besides the Klefki, and then by the time he finally started to get gas going, I had enough energies in play and enough Pokemon in play to where I was just able to just keep on knocking stuff as he tried to evolve it. Like, he put a Combi down, I immediately Lysandre it. He puts a Zora down, I immediately go for it.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough time for him to get anything going.
Yeah.
And so I was able to take the only game we played.
Okay. Yeah, best of 1. Alright. What did I play? Round 1, I played against a good friend of ours, Daniel, who has just recently started playing Mega Ray, thanks to yours truly. And
played a deck that he's hardly ever played.
Yep. Well, to be fair, Despair Ray is just not that good right now. Granted, I think he would have done fine today. I think he could have won today if he played Despair Ray. Because of the meta that was there, as long as he dodged me, he would have been fine.
Because there was no Plume decks.
Just me.
Which is really weird.
Yeah.
I don't care about you.
There was just as many Greninja decks as there were Plume decks. Does that tell you something? It was weird. It was a whole bunch of Volcanion.
Spoilers, I played it.
I mean, yeah. Alright, so... I don't get Plume early, which kind of sucks, because against Ray, any turbo deck, you want to get it early.
Mm-hmm.
But I do get it late. So, better late than never, especially against Ray.
Yeah.
And we end up in time.
Was it able to get Ray set up before you got the Plume?
Yes.
Yeah,
he straight one-shot, I believe, a Decidueye. I know he killed a Lugia.
Oh, yeah, because it does 240. That's right.
Now, if I remember correctly, he had one prize, and I had 2 prizes left, and Charlotte calls time.
So this went down to the wire.
Yeah. So, let's see, so he was turn 0.
Okay.
And he plays a Hex. And I'm just like... Now, before we get to turns, I've set up on board with my Feather Arrows, because I've got 3 Decidueye out. I've set up enough damage counters where I could just triple Feather Arrow Hoopa for the win on the bench. And I can also, I want to say, Razor Leaf plus a Feather Arrow is the active Rayquaza. So I have a couple different win conditions set up. But he drops the Hex, which ruins all of that. So I draw, and I just set myself up. I believe I played an Ultra Ball just to see what I had left, because I had like 6 cards left in the deck, if that. So I just want to see what I had left. And I pass it back to him. Now, come to find out, that turn he hexed, he forgot to Versus Seeker the Hex back. He just didn't do it. So he has like almost no play. And he just passes it back to me, and I just draw a triple Feather Arrow the Hoopa for game and last turn of turns. So I won. So we're both 1-0.
Yep.
Pretty much everybody's... No, I think Trevor lost round 1.
Alright. I went up against Volcanion. Kinda got the same look my round 1 opponent did. I started Shaman.
Hey, Shaman OP.
And my only form of draw was pretty much one more Shaman. And the one Shaman didn't really give me anything. All my supporters were Lysander or Olympia, stuff that doesn't draw me cards. I tried to Ultra Ball for the 3rd Shaman to try to draw something, but it's prized. So,
That's a dream.
I was leaning heavily on the one Shaman, and the one Shaman just didn't get me there. By the time I got a Darkrai and some energy, I was too far behind and just couldn't do anything. So,
what did I do round 2? Oh yeah. Round 2 I played Monkeys. This is going to be short and sweet, I can promise you that. I won the die roll. We start Lugia Rowlet. Lugia active, of course. Draw for turn Forest, play the Forest, immediately drop a Decidueye down. Do some balls, do some Shamans, the whole 9. We end up with a turn 1 Decidueye, a Lugia with a DCE, and a turn 1 Vileplume. So he just goes draw pass. We Feather Arrow attack, pass. He draw passes, and we just win.
Yeah,
we
so
just kill the one Passimian.
They just fold to a turn 1 Vileplume.
Yep.
Which is, especially with the Vileplume in the format, that's another reason I hate best of ones.
Yeah.
Like, God.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
2-0.
Yeah, and I'm 1-1. Round 3, I go up against the Greninja, the one Greninja.
Oh God, here we go. Get your popcorn, boys.
No, I'm not gonna go into the full details because I'm not gonna be petty. But long story short.
Oh, I thought your note of "Don't be petty" was about him. For your notes where you wrote "Don't be petty," I thought you were talking about him. Don't be petty, not yourself.
No, I'm not. Long story short, I accidentally declared the name of the wrong attack with Yveltal,
He declared Oblivion Wing for 100
Yeah.
instead of whatever it's
Darkness
called.
Blade.
Yeah, that's it.
And I missed the knockout on a Greninja break, which let him get enough free damage to where the turn before I was about to take over the game, because if I had one more turn, I would have knocked out his last Greninja break, and he would have just had a Froakie. That's it. Just one Froakie active and nothing.
I want to know why he decided to play Greninja of all decks.
I don't know.
To be fair, it was a great meta call. He just wasn't good enough to get the top cut.
I wasn't going to say anything, but yeah. So it's kind of my fault. I would have had the game. I'm pretty confident I would have had that game, but
I don't know. I just don't know how you play Greninja in that meta with only one Vileplume, and you don't see the Vileplume all day. There's no other grass decks, and there's a bunch of Volcanion, and you can't get it done.
Yeah.
I don't know. Man, I wish I had to play Greninja today to a degree.
Yeah. Make sure you're declaring the attack names correctly.
Make sure you know how to pronunciate and read.
Because the name of the attack is what matters. You can say the correct damage and the right effects and everything, but if you say the wrong attack, so
Rip the dream. So, you're 1-2?
Yeah.
Well, your tournament's basically over at that point.
I came pretty close, though.
Yeah. I mean, theoretically, in the tournaments like this, or pretty much any tournament that's not, like, super huge, once you lose twice, you're done. Like, your day's over. You're just playing Dream Crusher from that point on and trying to help your tiebreakers.
If it was top 8, I would have made it.
Yeah, you did squeak in at 8th because Trevor's bad.
I'm not going to say anything.
Trevor knows I'm playing.
Alright.
Maybe he doesn't.
Your game 3? Round 3, whatever.
Finally see Volcanion. Don't get me wrong, I teched for the Volcanion, but even teching, you still have to see Vileplume like turn 1, turn 2 at the latest, or yeah, they deal a lot of damage when they're hitting for double.
Yeah.
So I never see a Vileplume the whole game. I got down to 10 cards or even fewer left in deck with both Vileplumes still there. But then by the time the match was over, they're both still in the deck with like 10 or less cards. Just couldn't get there. Right. And I couldn't even get the energy to get Jolteon online. Like, my prizes destroyed me in terms of energy. So, I lost to Volcanion. I mean, it's my worst matchup, so.
Yeah. Round 4. I played against... You know what? I'm not even sure what I really played against.
That's bad.
He started Salamence. Attached some fire energies. And the game was over before he did anything else. One turn.
Really bad Volcanion deck?
I don't know.
All I know is... I would play Salamence unless it's dragons.
All I know is...
energy, it's gotta be...
I mean, it was a little kid.
Oh.
So, I mean...
Wait. I think the kid that won seniors was playing Volcanion. It was probably him.
Probably.
It's probably him, because Kyle got second this time.
All I know is he goes first, attaches fire energy. I don't think he really did anything else. If he did, it wasn't anything relevant. I go my turn 1, attack for 90 damage. He does the same thing the next turn, and second turn I attack again for 90 damage. Pick up the game.
Seems good. Oh yeah, my round 4. I played Vespiquen, the same guy you played earlier. So, he gets a super quick knockout, because I had to open Lugia, which I didn't want to do in that matchup, because I knew he was playing Zebstrika.
Right.
But, my turn 1, I couldn't get it out, so he just swoops in with his Zebstrika, and pow! Get out of here, Lugia. 2 easy prizes. So, I'm behind. Not a good situation to be against bees. You don't want to be behind because you're already only taking 1 prize.
Oh yeah, no. Once you get behind against a bee deck that's set up good enough, they just take over.
Yeah, but luckily we're smart with our feather arrows, and we killed a Zebstrika with another Lugia, and Feather arrows were smart. We made sure to target the EV because we knew I assume he's playing Flareon. Proper assumption because he was. So when he dropped the Flareon, he only got to one-shot one Decidueye before, and I believe he had the Lysander for it too. I don't remember. But he did one-shot a Decidueye with a Vespiquen because of Flareon, but we killed the Flareon the next turn. And we got Vileplume down before... right after the first Lugia kill, before he killed the Decidueye.
Right.
And it was really close. I'm sitting at like 1 prize to his 2 prizes, and if he draws a Lysander, it's GG. But he pitched a Lysander turn 1 because he went first. And so at that point he's only got maybe 1 left in the deck, and he can't play Versus Seekers.
Right.
So... we just stalled it out long enough to where he didn't, and just took small, little, easy prizes with Feather Arrow and Arrow Ball. Arrow Ball and Combees for knockouts, Feather Arrow and Combees for knockouts.
Yeah.
Just trying to take quick, easy prizes.
Yeah, that's one thing. Like, once you get 2 Decidueyes out, you kind of prevent them from getting new Vespiquens going.
Yep.
Because they have to put out a Combee, which only has 40 HP.
And it's also kind of nice starting the game with Vespiquens out because they can't free retreat.
Yeah.
They actually just have to send up something to die.
So, game 5?
Well, at this point, I'm 3-1-1. I didn't have a round 5.
Oh, yeah, you just drew in.
We could lock in the draw. Well, basically lock in with the draws. CJ's opponent could
I played against...
theoretically bubble in.
Yeah, it was me and Trevor in round 5. And we were both... Well, at the time, we thought we were both in... the win it in. So we thought if either one of us won, we had a chance to make it into top.
And then as we all sat there, we kind of realized that
once the math
top 2 tables could just draw in.
Yeah, the math was pretty much once we figured it out, the math, table 1 and 2 just drew in. And at that point, our match didn't really matter.
If Trevor won, he'd theoretically have a chance at 3-1-1. But you had the first seed who was undefeated.
There was
the guy playing him had only lost to Marcus at table 2. I had only lost to table 1. Marcus had only lost to table 1. Both of our losses were to the undefeated. And then Trevor's loss was to the guy at table 1 who wasn't the undefeated. Yeah. So it was a pretty safe assumption that Trevor would have the lowest tiebreakers based on who he lost to. And then he's bubbling with a guy he lost to. So pretty safe bet Trevor would be the one to bubble out.
There was, I think there was like a 1 in 10 chance he made it in.
Yeah, it was pretty slim. So, me and Marcus at table 2 just drew and table 1 drew.
I mean, I played him anyway just because...
You wanted to demoralize him?
Well, I mean, at first we didn't realize... Because y'all didn't do the math. Like, well,
that's right. You didn't overhear the part where if Trevor won, he had a chance.
No, we didn't hear that at all. We just started playing because we figured there was a chance, and... we didn't realize it until after the game was over. But I played against him. This was the match I was a little fuzzy on. I know I started with a Veltal, and I just started max elixiring and using a Veltal to put damage or put energy in play. Really, I think he just used collect the whole time. I think he got 1 attack off.
I think he ice beamed you once, and you just had escape rope or whatever.
He ice beamed me once, and then I escaped rope into a Darkrai that had enough energy in play to one-shot whatever he brought up. And I think at that point it just snowballed into me picking up the win in 2 or 3 more turns.
Yep. So you ended up 3-2?
Yep.
Trevor ended up 2-2-1.
Yeah.
So then we're heading into top 4. We take a lunch break.
This guy from here on out.
Yeah, pretty much. So top 4 is me and 3 Volcanion. So I didn't give up. I didn't have high hopes. Like, on the drive over to... the finals were held at a different location. I'm not going to say where. They were just held at a separate location due to the store that was chosen last minute having to close early on Sundays, which is lame. But, hey, whatever. So, even with my tech choices, I don't feel... like, I feel like maybe I can get through the first Volcanion, but having to get through 2? probably isn't going to happen. If it does happen, I'm a god among men. At least in this area. But I end up having to play Marcus. Same person I lost to in top 8 at the last League Cup. Who is still playing Volcanion. Now, the only thing he's really changed since then is he took out the Entei for a Salamence. Which, by God, the best decision he made, considering he had to play the Mirror in the finals.
Yep.
Oh, plot twist, I lost. Sorry, I spoiler alert that. But yeah, so we lost to Volcanion in top 4. I got Jolteon online pretty early both games, but Jolteon alone doesn't win the match. They have way too many switch outs. There's just way too much going on.
Lysander's escape ropes.
I didn't get Vileplume online until it was way too late both games. Like, I just could not get to the Vileplume to save my life. Like, it just wasn't happening. Both games. It just was not going to be a thing.
Sometimes it just happens that way.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I got to top 4. I still don't think I made a bad meta call. I still feel like I just kind of bricked in top 4.
Yeah, I don't think either of us picked a bad deck. It just wasn't our day.
Yeah, no, I mean, whatever.
I mean, I guess mine probably could have been prevented, but I'm not going to dwell on it.
Yeah, mistakes happen. Live and learn. Take care of them at locals every week. But, I think that's about it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just got to show off his little Rowlet. But I think that's going to do it today. You know, again, we had the Meta Monday. There was a little bit of an update. So, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always,
stay jolly.